This time around, I want to focus my address on the interpretation of the expanded mandate of the ZDF as codified in the current constitution of the land. Section 212 of the Constitution provides that, and I quote, the function of the defense forces is to protect Zimbabwe, its people, its national security and interests, and its territorial integrity, and to uphold this Constitution. Unquote. The days of traditional warfare, which is confined to physical combat between belligerent armies, are fast fading away. Contemporary warfare has become more asymmetric and unrestricted, focusing more on psychological breaking the spirit of a people, including hearts and minds of targeted leaders. Recent events in Zimbabwe clearly demonstrate that state institutions, socio-political systems, and even territories can now equally be threatened by the manipulation of ideas through the use of social media, as happened in North Africa and elsewhere. For example, the treasonous, treacherous, divisive, and disparaging communique attributed to a clique of war veterans is a clear illustration of the misuse of social media by the fifth column and its quislings. Investigations underway on the matter will leave no stone unturned, and the culprits will face the full wrath of the law. In the discharge of its obligation to protect the people of Zimbabwe, the ZDF is going to actively ensure that the country's citizens are protected from all forms of warfare and harm, including psychological pressure. We shall therefore, together with other security services, ensure that the effects of certain information, ideas, and concepts that infiltrate into the population depict what is in line with the preservation of Zimbabwe's values, vision, and culture. Section 212 concludes by mandating the ZDF to uphold the Constitution. This responsibility is again also assigned to the defense forces. Synonymous to the word uphold include words such as support, sustain, maintain, defend, affirm, espouse, and advocate. In upholding the Constitution, therefore, the ZDF is going to take deliberate and intentional steps to ensure that the Constitution is not, in its entirety, is not only protected and defended, but is also upheld, sustained, and supported at all times. We will champion its cause by ensuring that in times of crisis, the Constitution is upheld. Equally, if defense of sovereignty entails defending the constitutional order, it follows that the ZDF, while remaining apolitical, would not tolerate or support any unconstitutional change of government in the country, whether internally or externally induced. Were this to happen, then the ZDF will react instantly to restore the constitutional order, which places the electoral mandate in the citizens of Zimbabwe. The citizens must be able to choose who should lead them without influence from external forces and undue influence from internal actors and institutions. A situation of having foreign meddlers in our electoral processes should never be countenanced because national elections are a national issue. Even the imposition of illegal economic sanctions on the country in a bid to influence the outcome of elections amounts to serious interference in Zimbabwe's electoral processes and the constitutional order. Internally, those that are bent on undermining the legacy of the liberation struggle, itself a constitutionally protected value, must be aware that they are directly destabilizing the constitution which the ZDF is mandated to defend at all costs. In its preamble, the constitution exalts and recognizes the legacy of Chiwenga-Zim. We have been watching events that are happening in our motherland which have a serious potential of destabilizing the country. These have to stop, and people must focus on developmental programs. The history of this country cannot and will never be rewritten. It was only done once by colonialists in the Berlin Treaty, who by act of conquest declared that they had brought civilization and religion into Africa, including Zimbabwe, as though we did not have our own religions and civilization. The African proverb which says, "Hakuna zuva rinobuda rimwe risati ranyura," holds true. Because no nation can ever have two leaders at any one time. Therefore, the ZDF will never accept any unconstitutional change of government, and we stand firm and unequivocal by the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, His Excellency Commander Jim Mugabe, who was duly and democratically elected by the people of Zimbabwe in 2013. Where contradictions exist, we must be able to dialogue, bearing in mind that we are one people. We should learn to synchronize our approaches and have a common vision, where the nation thinks with one mind, hears with one ear, speaks with one voice, and collectively pulls in one direction. It is the ZDF's hope, therefore, that the internal component of this asymmetric threat to the country will take heed and desist from these divisive activities for the betterment of the whole nation. Before I conclude, allow me to pay tribute to all members of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces who lost their lives or got injured in the course of performance of their duty. Glory be unto them. Let me now conclude by emphasizing the need for unity of purpose, cohesion, and total commitment to our only motherland, Zimbabwe. The Almighty God will not create another Zimbabwe, so let us protect this one and only Zimbabwe that we have for the benefit of our future generations. Happy 36th anniversary, and God bless Zimbabwe. Thank you.
It would appear the briefing was a gem of a briefing. Yeah. They don't seem to.
They can digress out of it.
Please.
My name is Anna Chibang. I write for the colleague. My question is, From Anna Chibam, from the Korea. My question is that from the current protests that are going on, from my own point of view, people don't seem to be interested in having disturbances, but they want some issues addressed. Do you think the government is doing enough to address some of the issues that people are calling for, that are genuine?
Thank you. The government is working and has been working flat out to address issues which are to do with the bread and butter of the people, to raise the standards of living of our people. But what our people seem not to understand is the effect of the heinous illegal sanctions imposed on Zimbabwe. To the extent that today you've been using the US dollar, isn't it? Because our dollar was completely destroyed. That's the effect of the sanctions. Now, when you are using somebody's money, you can't print it, isn't it? Can you print it? And so we need to collectively work together. By going out there to demonstrate, you find people, each and everyone has his own ideas. If you stop them and ask them, what are you demonstrating for? They have got different reasons. Some are simply joining. But what are we doing wasting our time? These colonialists who loved our country so much and thought they had got their own trophy out of conquest will be working day and night. That's why we are now talking about asymmetric warfare, which has been now targeted on this country. Or what is happening, the aim is one, to reverse those gains. That's why we are saying the history of this country cannot be rewritten. And God gave us this country, Zimbabwe, and we must protect it. If our people were going to, as His Excellency said today, at the National Shrine, as we are commemorating the Heroes' Day, that if you have been given that permission or you want to demonstrate, then demonstrate peacefully. Why destroy? Why go all the way out using hate language? To please who? Who are we pleasing? We are destroying ourselves instead for us to move. No one is going to build this economy for us. It is us who are going to build that economy for ourselves.
I hope you answered. Another next question.
Social media has been used, especially to instigate most of the protests. Would you call for its ban, or what's the correct use of social media?
First, our people must understand. Social media, whenever it came, I don't think the aim and objective of it was to go and then start destroying one's country or a community, or to destroy each other. It's supposed to be there to be chatting about the wedding you attended yesterday, right? Chat about your own life, your own social life, which does not harm your other friend. Now the social media has now been turned, as I have highlighted, like what we saw in North Africa when the Arab Spring, happened. Now it has happened. What is now come of those countries? You are the young generation, isn't it? Do you want to go and live you watch TV, I suppose? You've seen what is happening in the Middle East, what is happening in elsewhere now in Europe. Do you want, as you walk around and then somebody knifes you? Or you are trying to go somewhere and you go to the airport and then you meet your fate? Is that what you want? But this is what now has now happened. And people, when they use this, they don't understand the consequences. You are being told by someone to destroy yourself. How then are you going to survive? You think those people, when you have destroyed yourself, they will come and say, oh, sorry, we did this. Now we are now coming to help you to build your country. Or can they bring life back? If life is lost, can that life be brought? So, as we have said, we've been watching these things, and of course, if people misuse something, then the laws will be crafted. From creation, there was no law made, but people asked for the laws because they did something which was deviant to what society expected, and therefore laws would then be crafted to make sure that such activities are sanctioned.
Next person.
Thank you. My name is Sorora from Zambia. Sir, I just want to hear from you. There are rumors that you are rallying behind a faction, rallying behind the Vice President Emmerson Mnangagwa. How far true is that?
That's nonsense, and I don't think, do you believe in that kind of nonsense? We fought for the liberation of this country. Zimbabwe to be whatever it is, people lost their lives. We are just coming from the Heroes Acre today, where we were commemorating, thinking about the thousands of people who lost their lives in Zimbabwe. Both combatants, Chimbwedo Mjiba, Vana Baba Nana Mai, Vana, we lost over 50,000 for this country to be liberated in the second Chiwenga. So people who peddle that kind of nonsense are not worth their soul. We protectors, we are saying under the section 212, there is hakuna zuva rinobuda rimwe richiripo asi hauna kunzwa shona yangu zvakanaka. And that's why we are saying the country is under severe asymmetric attack. All these colleagues of mine here, we have been all in the bush. We understand. Us have nothing to do with the leadership. That's why we grew up. How majority of us were in the bush since the age of 16. Some even went younger than that. And you cannot now tell this at this juncture from who is saying that. Then first look at that particular individual, measure that individual, and see whether that person has got the capacity. Ndokubvuronga kunoitwa ka nyika anditi toswera chingodzingirirana nemhepo. Have you ever run away from your shadow? saka unoda kudzingirira shadow chiti kuite.
With your permission, General, maybe we call for the last question.
Behind you.
No, let them ask.
Oh, let
Linda Murilo from Stipend. So where do you draw the line between, you were talking about the abuse of social media and that part of your duties as the ZDF is enshrined in the Constitution, and it is to uphold the Constitution. The Constitution also talks about freedom of expression. And one of the things that people, Zimbabweans, have been complaining about is corruption, with Vice President Emerson Mnangagwa recently calling it Zimbabwe's #1 enemy. So where do you draw the line between abuse of social media and the right to freedom of expression, where Zimbabweans are saying we're tired of corruption, no action is being taken?
When you have got freedom of expression, do you scold other people? Unotuka mwano. Your freedom of expression. Kumba kwako wakambotuka mai wako. Wakambotuka baba wako. Iwe mwana wako akakutuka iwe unaita sei naye. Zvino iwewo zvosingadi kuti umwe akuitire. Iwo haadi kuti umuitirewo. Understand? They are now, the laws are there. And kune private, private prosecution, and it mapurisa ariko, you can go in, one wabata chin with each. This is not something chino atita nyaze kumabawaka andiri kunoda kuti kwabatwa chinhu munenge kuti pana paitika mhaka kana richitaura kuti corruption, yes, no one wants corruption, and everybody must fight it. It cannot be fought by you or him alone, collectively. Tese and it kwakwe ukoona news anipa mushanoti ndoda kurima uyo womupa kahanzi munoti chiwaya womupa waya ndotita corruption ipapo ndizvozvo womupa waya kakuti akupe and achakupa something which still not correct sometimes, wait half truths maningi, but kana munhu abatwa, people must will face and it will face the music. And osaka tati this constitution must be upheld. But hazvireve kuti iwe kana uchinzi freedom of expression wakuenda kunotuka mumwe munhu, kwete, handi yo freedom of expression. Kwakazokupindura kwakaita retaliate teta animal farm ndizvozvo. Do we do that? So I've asked you, some of you have got families, or you still have your fathers and mothers alive. Do you go out there? Wonomutsvaga high ningi, high vantage point pamusha. Wotaka kutukirira baba wako mukava musha wese wakatenderera. Ndozvinoitwa izvo. Kana uine nyaya yako unoenda kana yaka monosquad ko izvi zvakanaka. Anditi? So there is nothing said, freedom of expression when kana uchinokanganisira mumwe munhu. Zvauri kuda iwewe kana zvauri kuda iwewe kuitira mumwe munhu, tanga wazvifunga kuti zvakanaka here. Uyu wandiri kudaro anonzwa sei? Koda ndanga ndiri mumashoes make. Anditi? Traders. If you have a follow-up question, please, I want you to go away. I want you to go away when you are satisfied. Hakuna, there is nothing in any dictionary which says you go and and messing up other people under the theme of freedom of expression. Hakuna zvinhu zvakadaro. Kwenini wondine pfuti ndikazoti freedom yangu of expressing ndokupfura ndiyo inenge yachiri freedom here. nditi yamhosva mari. And you know, we have seen images anokrafika pama social media nema computers, and it pachitwa all kinds of things. Hazvina hunhu. You know, one time you shall get old, or you get in the position you'll be asked about those things which you were doing, and you have no answer. And it vanhu vako vakubvunza kuti naima ndimakaita here izvi zviiko zvamaita izvi. We must be shamefaced, and it some of the things which we are doing are not cultural. Hazvimo culture medu, hazvimo within our society as Zimbabweans, we say it's a taboo. It must never be done. Right.
Question?
Yes.
My question refers to the Nyamatsangas in those that are crossing into Zimbabwe from Mozambique. How safe are the people in Manicaland? Because we hear that some of them are collecting cattle from villages, especially in Chiwenga area.
No. Thank you. So far, as defense and security, we have not heard about the Matsangas crossing. But we have people who have crossed along our borders. And you know, people along our borders are the same. Some have married in Mozambique, and some married into Zimbabwe. And those people who have come into Zimbabwe, there are no Matsangas or Renamo, let's put it that way. The second issue which we've talked about, for the cattle rustling, that has always been there. But the mere fact that there is now, Renamo people now think now the cattle rustling, not only in the Chiredzi but in the Nyanga area, there's been lots of cattle rustling by the most, and in people fought up, and in most cases the cattle are recovered. The people who steal the cattle in the majority are Zimbabweans, and they go across to sell them into Mozambique. That's why majority of these people have been caught. Okay. If there's anything to do with Renamo, the nation will be advised. There's no secret, there will be no secret about it. Just like what we did in the last time in the 80s, which I've referred to, in the 80s to 1992, when they crossed the border and missed that, and killed our people, we followed them up. We will not have a Zimbabwean life which will be lost willy-nilly. No.